evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Late Late Show from Bethlehem. We're so glad that you've joined us to hear once again the story of that first Christmas Eve in Bethlehem. We have some wonderful guests with us this evening, and they're going to share with us what happened to them on that night. So as they say, on with the show. Well, welcome Angel Leah and Angel Aiden. It's a pleasure to have the original Irish angels with us tonight. How are you today, Leah?
Heavenly.
Ooh, we're so glad that you've come down from Cloud 9 to be with us, to tell us what it was like on that first Christmas. Sounds like it was a pretty amazing sound with all of you angels singing. Angel Aiden, was the sound of the angels exciting? Oh my, huh? Well, a little bit loud, I guess, huh? Do you know that angels throughout the Bible bring good news to those they visit? And that was true at Christmas, too. Angels were messengers of good news to people.
We bring you good news of great joy.
Huh. Well, that's right. You told people the best news ever about the baby Jesus born in Bethlehem. And we're so happy you came to tell us about that night. I thought there was supposed to be a third angel with you. Where is she?
I think she got lost on the way here. Angel Natalia was looking at the stars, but when we looked back, she was gone.
Well, I hope we find Angel Natalia. I'll keep my eyes out for her. Now, straighten up your wings and your halos and show us the way to the manger. And thanks for being here. And now, a word from our sponsor.
Bethlehem, it's Nick here from the Bethlehem Shepherd's Warehouse, your one-stop shop for all things shepherding. We've been meeting your shepherding needs since 20 BC, providing you with the finest quality clothing and herding supplies.
And this week, we're having a 2-for-1 clearance on headscarves. That's right, buy one high-quality scarf and we'll throw in another for free. You need protection from the cold and rain when you're out in the shepherd's fields, and we have had snow here in Bethlehem. Better be prepared.
And not only are our scarves very fashionable, they're also very practical. You never know who you might meet when you're out in the field keeping watch over your flocks by night. Some shepherds have even reported seeing angels.
So herd the little woolies down to the Bethlehem Shepherd's Warehouse to pick up not one, but 2 new shepherd's headscarves for the price of 1. Remember, shepherds, like our motto says,
We're
here for you.
Welcome back to the Late Late Show from Bethlehem. We have 3 new guests who have joined us. They are shepherds, and they've taken time away from watching their flocks by night to talk to us. Good evening.
Thanks for having us. We hate to be away from our flocks too long, especially at night.
We won't keep you long, but we do want to know what it was like in that field on Christmas Eve. First of all, was there snow on the ground?
Oh no, we don't get much snow around Bethlehem, but it was pretty chilly that night.
So how do you stay warm when it gets cold out there?
We usually build a fire that keeps us warm and it scares off the wolves.
So one of your biggest jobs is to keep the wolves away from your sheep?
Yes, wolves and those silly sheep like to stray away and get lost.
I see. Well, I would think the sound of the angel choir that night might scare away the wolves as well. What did it sound like when the angels started singing?
It was beautiful.
Speak for yourself. It was loud.
They are both right. It was beautiful and it was loud. It was the most amazing sound I had ever heard. We just had to listen.
Remind us what the angels told you.
I will never forget what the angel told us. The angel said that they had a good news for us. A baby was born in Bethlehem.
And what did the angel tell you to do?
The angel told us to go find the baby in the manger.
What happened next?
The angel started singing, and we all sat there with our mouths opened. But then we got up and went to Bethlehem. The rest is history.
Ah, yes, the rest is history. Shepherds, thanks for joining us. I think your little sheep are next to chat with us. Thanks for coming out to visit with us tonight. What beautiful little sheep. I've often wondered, was it cold out in the field on that first Christmas night?
Ba, ba.
I guess that's a yes. So, your shepherds have been telling us about that amazing angel choir out in the field. Were you frightened when you saw those angels?
Ba, ba.
I guess these are sheep of few words. Now, we know that you guys like to stray away from the shepherds. Did you want to run away that night?
Ba, ba.
But you didn't run away, did you?
Ba, ba.
Now, when the shepherds started running, it must have been very confusing.
Ba, ba.
Well, we don't want to get you separated from your shepherds now, so you'd better catch up with your shepherds. Oh, one last question. What did you find in the manger that night?
Bobby.
A bobby. Well, that's wonderful. See you at the manger. And now, another word from our sponsor.
Hello again, Bethlehem. It's Nick here from the Bethlehem Shepherd's Warehouse, bringing you news of another outstanding sales special.
Is your shepherd's hook old and worn from years of hard use in the field? When you lift it to scare the sheep, do they just laugh and walk away? Have you noticed pieces of it chipping away over the years? Have you said, someday I'm going to have to replace this shepherd's hook, but never gotten around to it?
Well, now is the perfect time for a new shepherd staff, like this new model here, called the one from Harry's Hooks. We're having a week-long sale on shepherd staffs. And when the sheep see this in your hand, they'll pay attention to you, I guarantee.
The bottom part is cleverly designed for pushing the sheep along, while the top can be used to hook the sheep back to the flock if they start to wander.
And when gripped firmly at the bottom, the whole staff can use a club to ward off a hungry wolf or a nasty robber.
But don't delay. Rush out right now to buy a new shepherd staff. You know your sheep deserve the best, and that's what they get from the Bethlehem Shepherd's Warehouse, where our motto is,
We're here for you.
Welcome, Mary and Joseph. We're so honored to have you with us tonight. You're the parents of Jesus.
It's our pleasure.
It seems to me that much of this story is all about angels for you two. Mary, tell us about your first experience with an angel.
Thanks for asking. I was just minding my own business in my home in Nazareth when suddenly an angel appeared next to me. The angel Gabriel told me that the Lord was with me. I didn't understand.
What else did Gabriel say?
Gabriel told me not to be afraid and that I was going to have a baby. And now I was really confused. That seemed impossible.
I remember the story. Gabriel told you that the baby would be called the Son of God, and that your cousin Elizabeth was having a baby too. So did you go and visit Elizabeth?
Yes, I did. And it was true. Elizabeth was going to have a baby too. It all seemed so unreal.
And Joseph, I seem to remember that you had an angel encounter too. Tell us about it.
Yes, I had a dream, and in this dream, an angel spoke to me.
What did the angel say?
The angel told me that everything was going to be okay, and that Mary was going to have a baby. And the best part was that I should call the baby Jesus, because he would save his people. So that's what I did. Called him Jesus.
Well, you two have had quite the angel sightings. Did you hear about those angels singing Gloria in excelsis Deo in the hillside outside of Bethlehem on Christmas Eve?
We heard about it, but we didn't see it. We were kind of busy.
No, you were kind of busy indeed. But we don't want to keep you too busy here. We don't want to miss hearing the greatest story ever told. But thank you for sharing your story with us tonight. And now a word from our weather girl, Hope. What's the weather looking like in Bethlehem this night, Hope?
It's great to be with you on the Late Late Show. Honestly, it's a clear night in Bethlehem. The air is cool and crisp, and you will be able to see every star in the sky. It is a beautiful night to celebrate the birth of the baby. I am a bit puzzled about one thing, though. There seems to be a really bright star hanging over Bethlehem. I don't know what that's about. And there are 3 strange men who say they've been following the star, and they want to talk to you.
These strange guys seem to have landed right beside me. They tell me that they're astrologers from the East. They seem like pretty wise guys to me.
We are wise because we follow the patterns of stars in the sky to guide us.
And that's what brought you to baby Jesus?
Yes, but it was not on Christmas Eve. We saw a star in the distance, and we stopped. It took us a long time because we stopped by King Herod to ask him about the baby.
Ooh, King Herod.
That was cool.
Well, I understand about King Herod. You seem to have brought some very unusual gifts with you. You got some gold and frankincense and myrrh.
Yeah, we should have brought some Legos or something.
Well, I see that we have a little angel down here. Huh? Hello, little angel. What are you doing here?
I got lost from the rest of the angels, so I watched that bright star in the sky. Finally, I found these guys, and I followed them here.
Well, your other angel friends, were pretty concerned about you. I'm glad you're no longer lost. I think it's time for us all to hear the Christmas story. I think I hear the angels singing. Thanks, wise men. We'll catch you on the other side of the story.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo, Gloria in excelsis Deo.
In those days, a decree went out from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be registered. This was the first registration when Quirinius was governor of Syria, and all went to be registered, each to his own town. And Joseph also went up from Galilee, from the town of Nazareth, to Judea, to the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David, to be registered with Mary, his betrothed, who was with child. And while they were there, the time came for her to give birth. And she gave birth to her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling cloths, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. And in the same region there were shepherds out in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And an angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were filled with great fear. And the angel said to them, "Fear not, for behold, I bring you good news of great joy that will be for all the people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, who is Christ the Lord. And this will be a sign for you. You will find a baby wrapped in swaddling cloths and lying in a manger." And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host, praising God and saying, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace among those with whom he is well pleased." When the angels went away from them into heaven, the shepherds said to one another, "Let us go over to Bethlehem and see this thing that has happened, which the Lord has made known to us." And they went with haste and found Mary and Joseph and the baby lying in a manger. When they saw it, they made known the saying that had been told them concerning this child. And all who heard it wondered at what the shepherds told them. But Mary treasured up all these things, pondering them in her heart. And the shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all they had heard and seen, as it had been told them. And at the end of 8 days, when he was circumcised, he was called Jesus, the name given by the angel before he was conceived in the womb.
We three kings of Orient are, bearing gifts we traverse afar, field and mountain, moor and mountain, following yonder star. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to the perfect light.
Now, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem, saying, "Where is he who has been born King of the Jews? For we saw his star when it rose, and have come to worship him." When Herod the king heard this, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And assembling all the chief priests and scribes of the people, he inquired of them where the Christ was to be born. They told him, "In Bethlehem of Judea, for so it is written by the prophet, and you, O Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, for from you shall come a ruler who will shepherd my people Israel." Then Herod summoned the wise men secretly, and ascertained from them what time the star had appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem, saying, "Go and search diligently for the child, and when you have found him, bring me word, that I too may come and worship him before them until it came to rest over the place where the child was." When they saw the star, they rejoiced exceedingly with great joy. And going into the house, they saw the child with Mary his mother, and they fell down and worshipped him. Then opening their treasures, they offered him gifts, gold and frankincense and myrrh.